Hi everyone, welcome to Module 2. This week is a very, very big week. Definitely not one that you would want to miss class at all. I want to make sure that you get in the habit of bringing a calculator to class with you. We're going to be getting into some mathematics this week and in coming weeks as well, so make sure you bring one with you that you know how to operate. Cell phones, I realize they have calculators on them. You can use them if need be, but I would prefer that you bring a calculator in hand. This week we're going to be discussing physics in class. As I said, this is not a week you'd want to miss. This is a lot of material. We're covering at a very rapid rate in this class, and I really recommend your attendance this week so that we can go over things together. Please have read your PowerPoints before class. Please. We have a lot to get through, and I want to make sure that everyone is clear on the fundamentals for Module 2. And I want to call attention to the lab assignments or any assignments in your modules for this week and going forward. If there's any text in usually bright red, that's from me. I will also have usually provided a link that I want you to click on. That is an updated version of the assignment that I expect you to complete. So if I've given you a link at the top, you do not have to do the link that's given to you below from the school unless I say use this link in conjunction with the link below. I will clarify that for you each week. This week I have given you a link that I want you to click on and you will use for this week's assignment. So if you look at the lab assignment, we always do the assignment portion of the lab assignment. So when you scroll down on the link that I've given to you, number 1 asks you what are the 4 essential requirements for X-ray production. I want you to list those for me. Number 2, there are diagrams. There's 3 different figures of which you'll see once you scroll down, and below that I have listed out for you numbers that I want you to label each part of the diagram. These are taken directly from your textbooks. You should have no trouble finding out what each of those numbers are of the X-ray tube. Number 3, I want you to define rectification and discuss its primary purpose. Number 4, you're going to go through and tell me each type of rectification wave that is listed for you on the left-hand side. Number 5, you are going to identify a minimum of 4 characteristics of X-ray. So that document is pretty straightforward, listed out for you. Make sure you're reading the instructions and doing each portion of the question, as that will be how you will earn all of your points for that assignment. Regarding your discussion post for this week, the discussion says, what are the primary features of all types of control panels? What is the importance of each in the production of X-rays? That also is in your book. There's a whole page and a half on control panels. That is what I'm looking for you to discuss. I really want to emphasize for this discussion post that you have meaty discussions. I don't make you do 2 responses to your classmates because I expect your initial post and your response to a classmate to be very thorough. Minimum of 3 sentences. I would prefer more. Maximum no more than 3 paragraphs. I want to make sure that you're understanding the fundamentals and you are communicating with your classmates. Please proofread these for spelling errors. Make sure that your sentences make sense. You're using proper English grammar. You're inserting commas, apostrophes, semicolons, periods where they're supposed to be. That is a huge part in becoming a medical assistant or working as an X-ray tech, and I really want to emphasize that in this course in all areas. Finally, to talk about your written assignment, you are to write 1 page, a research paper, using at least 2 sources. 2 sources. Make sure you have 2 sources. Discussing the similarities and differences between the 2 types of target interactions. The 2 types are Bremsstrahlung and characteristic. The 2 types of target interactions are Bremsstrahlung and characteristic. They are in your textbook discussed. There's a little table that discusses them. So I want to make sure that you're talking about the 2 types of target interactions that we discuss in this class. There are other target interactions that you may find when you Google them. I want you to talk about the ones that are in reference to radiology. And then make sure to include how these interactions occur with one another. So that is key that you have at least a minimum of 1 page. You're using 2 sources. You're properly citing your sources in APA citation. You're also demonstrating your sources on your references page. And you're discussing both types of interactions and how they occur. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And I will see you all this Wednesday evening. Thank you. Have a great week.